So hello everybody, welcome to today's webinar which is called All the Most Interesting and Up-to-Date in the World of SkyWorld Community. Welcome. So first I want to tell that this webinar is based on webinars of Alexey Sukhadoev, who is board member of SkyWorld Community, and the information which I will provide today is based on his webinars. Now it is available in English, and I, as his business assistant and speaker, holding them. So let me introduce myself. My name is Leonid Rakhmanov. As I said, I'm business assistant of Alexey Sukhadoev, and I'm investor in the project since 2017, and I have partners from different countries like Philippines, Korea, South Africa, Uzbekistan, Malaysia, Pakistan, and also I'm a certified trainer of SkyWorld Community's Major League platform, and I am also have another profession too. I'm a mnemonics trainer. I help people to develop their memory also and enter world rating top 120 of people of memorizing. And also I speak 5 languages, and English is not my native language. That's why pardon me if I make some mistakes. So I just introduced myself. What about you? Let's see how many countries are participating today. So where are you from? I see your names, but I don't know where are you from. So can you write in the chat, please, where are you from? Let's see, because SkyWorld Community is international company, and now we have opportunity to speak online, and wherever you are, we can be together because it is community. Okay, I see answers. So Lemmy Memes from Netherlands. Hello, great. Tenasar Christo from Estonia. Hello. Unaekbu Bright, Nigeria. Okay, great. 3 countries already we have. Onwukwe Anthony, also from Nigeria. Great. So nice to see you all. As I said, we are international company, not only one country, but already we have, 4th country, Uzbekistan, Nadezhda, 4 countries. Great. Nice to see you all. And let's begin our webinar. So what are we going to speak about today? First of all, about SkyWorld Community and Yunitsky String Technologies. What's the difference between these companies, and news of SkyWorld Community and news of Yunitsky String Technologies, and what are the news about progress of the construction, of course, new certificates, visits of delegation, participation in exhibitions, and also what is under the development besides the transport, and why is Yunitsky string technology is in high demand, especially at this time. So that is our topic for today. So let's start from the first. So SkyWorld Community and Yunitsky string technologies. So what are they? Yunitsky string technologies is an international engineering company engaged in the design, construction, and certification of high-speed urban and freight transport systems. So it is directly related to the transport and to the project. And as for SkyWorld Community, it is the largest international venture capital platform that attracts investments in UST, so Yunitsky String Technologies. And shares are formalized through a convertible loan scheme, and there is no other connection between these companies. And also it should be noted that Yunitsky String Technologies and SkyWorld Community are not legally linked in any way. And let's start from news of SkyWorld Community. And SkyWorld Community now is a large, flexible company, and of course, which primarily finance UST, but also has its own roadmap development roadmap. And now two strategies are being developed. I will tell you a little bit later what are they. And the concept of our company, SkyWorld Community, and our training platform is value for life. So what does it mean? After the completion of 15th stage of construction, which is of course our first main strategic direction, nothing will end. Everything will continue, and development even will be more. So we will move on to super rapid growth. That's why SkyWorld Community is preparing to this already now and working on two strategies. First strategy is transformation and activation of community of SWC. Now we have special, even we have another specialist of community management, and they already have started working in our company and using different techniques to make our community more active and be together. And for example, probably you have seen the news that recently there was a marathon, motivational online marathon for Spanish-speaking partners, and more than 500 people have participated online, and more than 500, of course, watched it and the recording, and some kind of techniques. Maybe some of you probably participated in it. If you know Spanish language, you can write in the chat if you have already participated and enjoyed it. So such kind of things will continue to happen. New events, new meetings, new kind of activities in our community of SWC. So this is the first strategy which is being developed and introduced now. And the second one is creation and development of training platform of SkyWorld Community. And if you have participated in previous webinars and maybe in master classes, you have already heard about it. And if you haven't heard, I will tell you now what is it. It is a special platform created for different levels of our partners and investors, and to reach new heights. So for example, new client, new person has joined the project, and from the very beginning he will be introduced to our company. What is it about? What's the project? What is the project's ideology? Why is this have perspectives and the future? So to help him or her to understand about the company information and to make a decision about investment. Then if he decides to join the partnership program, he will have lessons how to become consultant, so how to attract investments, how to speak with potential clients. And after that, for example, when he became consultant, he will have lessons how to build a team, for example, to become a leader, and so on. Different kind of lessons, and it is not just simple courses or lessons. It is a special created system of lessons which will guide the person from the new level, how to say, from the newbie, from the newcomer to the highest level. So it is being developed now and being translated to different languages, and not only translated but also adapted to different groups of languages. So for example, now in the chat we have already people from different sides of the world. Nigeria, Africa, Estonia, Netherlands, from Europe, Uzbekistan, Asia. And as you know, every side of the world have its own mentality, has its own culture and cultural special things, and it also will be how to say, specified in our platform too. So that's why it is also being developed to help our community members grow. So also while it is being created, there was a special Telegram channel and group were opened called Major League of Sky World Community, where different kind of useful messages are being posted. For example, stories of our other successful partners, podcasts, and different kind of guides and so on, bonuses, and also members of Major League receive access to the video recordings of previous masterclasses and to new masterclasses. For example, lots of masterclasses were held this year by me and other trainers, and members of Major League can watch them and learn lots of new things. And to join the Major League, you should be an active, of course, partner of Sky World Community, and send your name and email to Major League admin, and then we will check the information, and in case of successful verification, we will send you links to join. So if you are interested to join Major League, to self-develop, to watch the previous masterclasses and to participate in new one and different kind of events, you can join the Major League of Sky World Community. So you can scan this QR code or just make a screenshot, and then after the webinar write to the Major League admin. Here you can see the contacts, and send him your name and email. So this were news of Sky World Community, and now let's move to news of Yunitsky string technologies. Okay, great. So Yunitsky string technologies. What are the news? As you know, there is a center in Sharjah, and last webinar, the first webinar, I told you the news about development of the center, and it was about track number 2 and track number 4. And recently, the company provided the detailed report on construction progress at Sharjah's center, and now I want briefly look at it and see how much work was done during this period. So track number 2 with fluid of trusses, what was happened? The installation of 46 intermediate supports with a span of 48 meters has been completed. Also, on one of the anchor supports, the main construction has been completed too, and finishing work is underway. On the opposite anchor support, the pouring of the foundation and the lower level of the walls has been completed, and lots of other works also were done. And about track number 4, also here was the installation of 8 intermediate supports with a span of 144 and 288 meters, which were being completed, and major construction works has been completed on both anchor supports, and preparatory work is underway to erect the structure of the string rail track, and also the installation of the anchor units on both anchor supports is being completed. And also one major stage, that the development and assembly of a new model of suspended urban passenger U-pod, the model itself, with a capacity of 25 people for track number 4 also has been completed. So this were the news of development of the center itself. And as you know, the company Yunitsky String Technology is constantly undergoing necessary certifications. And besides of this, recently the company has received the status, was recognized as a scientific organization. So now Yunitsky String Technology is scientific organization, and it was recognized and been accredited by the National Academy of Sciences of Belarus and the State Committee for Science and Technology. And also, I wanted to show you some facts why you can see what achievements in the sphere of science the company has already achieved. So the company employs 11 candidates of science, and 5 employees have the academic title of associate professor, and more than 10 teach at universities at the country. And over this period of 5 years, the company's employees have published more than 40 scientific pages, 100 articles, and 5 books publications. And in last year, the state registration of 5 research, development, and experimental technological works was carried out, and 3 international scientific and technical conferences have been held with the help of the company, of the help of Yunitsky String Technologies. And recently, also the Chargers University student presented graduational project on this technology of string technology, and this project was about stations. It was called SkyPod Future Station in Sharjah, and prepared by student Mohammed Amiruddin. And in his work, he showed the functional areas of the station, allocate the work areas of the station intelligently and accurately, and also design the station's landscape. You can see in these pictures. So, and his work, graduational work, was appreciated by members of jury, and including Oleg Hilko. It was highly appreciated the level of the thought given to Mohammed's graduational project SkyPod Future Station in Sharjah. Okay, and now I wanted to show you how many delegations from, and if you have participated in my or saw recording of my previous webinars, I just listed lots of delegations during only this year. But now I will show you delegations only from this month of this period, short period, but lots of delegations, you can see. By the way, are you with me? If you can hear me and if you are ready to continue, write pluses in the chat, please. And maybe you can write also your country. Where are you from? Probably there was, if you haven't written already, for example, some of you have written that is Nigeria, Netherlands, Estonia, yeah, Uzbekistan. So maybe some delegations were especially from your country. Okay, great. So let's continue. So what delegations have visited the Sharjah Center? Visitors from Australia, United Arab Emirates, and United Kingdom. For example, Greg Peters, he's CEO of CGR from Australia's company, which is the manufacturer of civil and military products. And Dale Jackson, Deputy Executive Director of INT8 Consulting Company, United Arab Emirates, and also Michael Adebayo and Arnaud Fabre. Yeah, so they visited the center, and for example, Dale Jackson was really impressed and said that that was a wonderful demonstration, and that this transport and transportation really of the future. And I'm very happy to try to help this project move forward both in the United Arab Emirates and in my home country of Australia. And other delegations, for example, from Philippines, United Arab Emirates, Executive Director of PET, Philippines Antiviral Indonesia, Mr. Mario Pacurso, and Mr. Thomas Young, advisor to the office of Sheikh Said Al Maktoum, yeah, and other delegations from United Kingdom, not only delegations, but for example, Dr. Lawson Muguz, a railway engineer and lecturer, has visited the site, the center, I mean, and he is actively involved in the development of railway infrastructure in Africa. So we also have now participants from Africa, from Nigeria, maybe other countries too. So and the country is currently considering building a 12,000 kilometer section through Calabar, the capital of the Cross River state. And according to the expert, the string technologies transport could be a suitable alternative for the 80 to 100 kilometer track. So one new possible project could be happen in Africa, yeah. And he also, this Dr. Lawson Bugus, highly appreciated the potential of the string transport and expressed his desire to do his utmost to implement this technology in Africa. Yeah, so maybe participants from Africa can write their reactions. Do they want to have such transportation in their country or not? You can write in the chat. Here in Meropolis, if you didn't know, we have chat for our online participants, and for those who see recordings, you do not have ability to write to the chat, but for online listeners, we can communicate with each other. So let's continue listing delegations. And also the corporation called Froscher Sensor Technology, its management has visited the center, and this corporation is presented in more than 140 countries and is dedicated to developing innovations in the railway industry worldwide, also transportation. And participants and this management staff, they were inspired by the fascinating tour, and delegates thanked the project team in the United Arab Emirates and expressed a desire to work closely with the company in the future. So new business contacts, yeah. Oh, great. We have a participant from Tanzania, East Africa, Grivin Derek. Hello, great. So let's continue. So delegations from India and also again United Arab Emirates. Maybe we also have now participants from India. And these delegations included founders and directors of different companies. You can see from the slide. They, for example, Hari Prasad, Ahmed Shahil Anouf, and Saji George. Yeah, so they have visited the center, and also, of course, in the center there were no delegation who wasn't impressed by the technology. Everyone is impressed and amazed by the transportation system and the project itself. So these were the news about delegations, new delegations, and as you have seen, lots of them have visited, lots of directors, founders, and different people have visited the center. And now let's speak about news on the exhibitions. So there are news on exhibitions because during this period there were two big exhibitions. For example, first one is the Roads and Traffic Expo Middle East, which was held in Abu Dhabi, and there lots of participants were have visited our how to say, our place, not our place, I mean the place of Yunitsky String Technologies, not our. So, and representatives of transport ministries and organizations from Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Egypt also expressed their interest in string transport. And so new potential projects could be happen after such exhibitions. And another exhibition was held in Baku called Road Infrastructure and Public Transport, and this is the main road infrastructure exhibition for Azerbaijan. And the event brought together companies from Belarus, Germany, Greece, Italy, United Arab Emirates, Russia, and Turkey. So, and in this exhibition will also increase the project's visibility on the global transport solution market and generate new business contacts and increase the number of prospective customers, of course. So you have seen two new big exhibitions now, and now we move to the next part of our today's webinar, as I told you in the plan. So why the Yunitsky string technologies transfer is in high demand, especially at this time? If you have participated on my previous webinar, I have told there that there are three main, how to say, points or spheres or directions, reasons why it is really in high demand, especially at this time in the world. So if you haven't participated or watched it in the recordings, probably you can watch it and learn why it is so in details. But now I'm going to just add some details and some new information about these 3 points, and to show why it is really in high demand. So let's start from transport sphere. So currently there is solutions which already exist in the world are not the real solutions to the problem of transport. Because, for example, if we speak about electric cars, electric vehicles, they are not so safe. For example, let's see some examples. For example, cruise robotic taxi, an autonomous car blocked a fire responding to an emergency. It is just stopped, and the fire emergency couldn't pass because of this, and that's why it is unsafe. And for example, if we speak about Tesla, also some crashes and some safety problems are being happened to it too, and even with new models, even 2022's models, to new models. So you can, if you are interested in learning, you can see and visit this websites and resources, or just Google it for better better understanding of the problem. And also, as some researchers said, that it is the problem of safetiness and vulnerability in the Bluetooth protocol allows hackers to start the engine of Tesla electric vehicles and enter inside the car. Do you imagine? That's why Yunitsky string technologies is not using Bluetooth or something like this. It uses safety technologies of its own blockchain, and that's why it is being developed also, and of course for total security and for safetiness of people who will transport inside it and use it. Also, electric cars is not the solution, and for example, Samsung also dropped plans to enter electric vehicle market. Probably you know that Samsung wanted to also produce electric cars, but now the company has changed its mind because of some reasons, and also that's why, because also Alexei and I join his opinion. Just a second. And I join his opinion. Electric cars are just temporary stage between ordinary cars and real solution to the traffic problems and transport problems. And the solution, of course, from every side is Yunitsky string technologies incorporated. from the terms of safetyness, in the terms of ecology, in the terms of economy, costs of expenses to build and to use it. So that's why electric cars is just a stage, a middle step and temporary step before going to real solution. So, and solution, as I said, it is UST. And the second sphere, it is assets or economy. So probably you see what is happening in the world now, and World Bank forecast for global GDP growth and global inflation. You can see from the chart. So GDP is decreasing and inflation is increasing, and it leads to stagflation. And people also take their money from how to say, from stock. And from this chart you can see outflows from the financial sector of the stock markets, and that they are going on for 10 weeks in a row. You can see from the graph. And so that's why also it is good that the Yunitsky String Technologies hasn't already went to IPO, because you can see what fluctuations are happening and what could be happen if it already went there. That's why everything which is being done, it's for better future. Yeah. So also talking about crisis and talking about economy situation, you can see here in this screenshot the letter which Y Combinator, which is accelerator for startups, published for its startups. And here you can see that it is said, for example, in the fourth point, that regardless of your ability to fundraise, it is your responsibility to ensure your company will survive if you cannot raise money for the next 24 months. So you see they, and in the first point, you can see that no one cannot predict how bad the economy will get, but things don't look good, they say. So they tell to their startups to prepare for the worst future. And that's why, but here in Yunitsky String Technologies, it is fine. It is using crowd investing, as you know, and that's why it was a good solution. So people from different countries can continue to invest, and the company can continue to develop. So that's why it is good that this model of investment was chosen also. So here is the continue of this letter. So we have looked at assets aspect and reasons why Yunitsky String Technologies is in high demand now. And now let's look at it in terms of resources. Also, probably you know that the transport, Yunitsky String Technologies transport, consume up to 15 times less electricity rather than car. So that's why it means it use less resources. And besides of this, it can use alternative energy, so sun or wind or geothermal warm, yeah, and different kind of alternative energy. So it can use resources which are unlimited. So that's why in terms of resources, it is really, how to say, 100% great, I can say. And also, besides of this, another problem which is happening in the world, probably you also know, it is about hunger. And for example, maybe you have heard that the wheat in the world is being decreased, and less of it is left. And this problem also, one of the reasons why it is happening, because there is less soil in the world which can be used to grow something. And for this problem, Yunitsky string technologies also have the solution. It is special humus. It is special soil. If you put it, you can even grow plants and even build cities in deserts. Just imagine, lots of area can be used for different kind of purposes. So, and if it will be used for growing, for example, wheat, there will not be such a problem with hunger and lack of wheat, for example. And also, besides of special humus, okay, I see some comments. I will read it later. We will have a part of questions and answers. So special humus, besides of it, there are some other directions for ecology is being developed. For example, linear cities, which will be consisted of eco houses and also will be connected with the transport of Yunitsky string technology, of course. And also it can be built anywhere because we can use special soil, yeah, also developed by Yunitsky string technologies. And also eco houses project, and the building of such ecosystem will provide residents not only with electricity. So you see again resources, because we are talking now about resources and electricity, heating and cooling, but also with organic food, because this humus also will be used in eco houses to grow different kind of plants, vegetables, and so on. So you can see also a video on YouTube called Civilization Reboot. You can screenshot this slide to search it later in YouTube and see this video. I recommend you to see it to understand in details what is happening now in the world and how the company of Yunitsky can provide a solution and solve such a problems and give people and our future generations and children a better future, a light future, and without such problems which are being now in the world. So so you can screenshot it and search after the webinar or later. So today we have talked about SkyWorld community, what is being developed now, and as you remember, it is community development and activation of our community, and also development of training platform, educational platform, and also news of Yunitsky string technologies. You have seen how many delegations have visited it during this short period, and 2 exhibitions and certificate of being a scientific organization. And also we have spoken about 3 aspects why Yunitsky string technology is in high demand, especially at this time. So now let's move to the part of questions. Maybe you have questions, you can write it in the chat. While you are writing, I will read the big question of our participant. And also you can write your thoughts about today's webinar. Do you like it? And have you enjoyed? And have you learned something new today? Please write your thoughts in the chat. So the question here, yeah, I will read this question. So going through the SkyWay link on technology, I read under economy that the fuel costs are up to 6 um, up to 6 times lower than fuel cost of other types of transport, while it is said that the various SkyWay technologies are electrically powered without fuel or diesel. Please clarify. Secondly, I also saw under development stages that we are in the 14th stage, which started in 2019. How far has the stage gone now? Okay, I will answer step by step. First, your first question, I guess, about the fuel or electricity, which of them is being used for um, the transport. Yeah, Moe Alexius, yeah, your question. So all this transport is developed for different kind of how to say um, countries. So it also can use both electricity and also alternative resources of energy like solar energy or wind energy, and also it can use fuel too, but it consumes uh, much less fuel and much less electricity for it. Also, of course, primarily it is used electricity, but maybe in the country which want to build this transport in their country, they want to use fuel. So that's why it is flexible. It can use different kind of how to say заказчик in how it is заказчик in English. Can you write it in the chat, please? So so it can use different kind of resources of energy, both, and it consumes much less. And your second question is about stages of development and 14th stage, how long it will be, and how far has the stage gone now. The 14th stage was divided to 3 sub stages, and now we are at the second sub stage. It is 14.2 stage. It means we are in the middle of this stage. And as you know, if you also have read this development stages, which is what is planned to build in different stages, you also can read what is left to be done to finish 14th and 15th stage. And also you can see, maybe in your question you mean also why it is so long, because you can see nobody has expected pandemic, for example, and lots of companies now are being closed and became bankrupt. And also, as you have seen, crisis is being happened in the world in lots of countries, but Yunitsky string technologies is continue developing. And today you have seen the news of construction also, and of new exhibitions, new delegation. It is constantly continue to develop the Yunitsky string technology company and SkyWorld community company too. So that's why it is good that it wasn't like stopped at it is continuing developing. Just a little bit patience probably, and now we are, as I said, at the middle of 14th stage. So Moe Alexios, have I answered to your questions, to your 2 questions? Can you write in the chat? So Adeyomi, I see you from Nigeria, and Obotech Ferdinand, hello, also from Nigeria. It was really informative. Thanks. Thank you, Nadezhda. So thank you for the information you told us. Keep on going. Lemmy memes. Thank you. Okori, also welcome. Okay, Obotech Ferdinand is writing question. So good presentations here. My question is, who authorized the $1 guarantee written on our certificate after investment? Share the site for verification, please. For what verification you mean? Can you clarify the second question about verification? And the question about $1, you can read investment memorandum which is situated in your personal online office. You can enter your website of SkyWorld community and go to documents section and read investment memorandum, and you can see the names of the companies, and you can see that it is registered in British Island, Virgin Islands, and you can see everything there. And in terms of law, how it is being guaranteed and how it is written there, you can study in details there. In spite of pandemic, UST is going on. Yes, Nadezhda. Moy Alexios, yes, sir, you have done justice to my question. Great. You are welcome. You are also from Nigeria. Great. Which other countries after UAE have signed contract to build now? Okori Uzodinma is asking. A good question. As you know, last year, Anatoli Yunitsky has announced that 4 contracts were signed. So it means in the near future, the construction in 4 countries will begin. And what are these countries are not revealed till these countries will publish the information themselves, because it's information confidential. Yeah, as I said, English is not my native language, that's why some words I should remember. So it is confidential information, that's why these countries will announce. But what is information is available now, these 4 countries are from some kind of Arabic countries and from Asia. But what are they? It will be announced a little bit later. Yes, also Nadezhda has written Arabic and Asian countries. Yes, sure. So if you don't have more questions, and thank you all for your feedback that you liked today's webinar, I wish you all good luck. And the dividends about talk, please, you could present. Simon, I didn't understand your question. Can you paraphrase it? And when are we expecting dividends? Probably, as maybe you know, the dividends will be after the company will have profit, and profit will be from how to say, local projects. And now, as you know, so these local projects, as also you asked from another question, what are countries are signed contract to build now? So when it will start working there and people will start using it and paying money for it, of course the company will make profit from it, and after that it would be possible to think about dividends. But now all the money which is being raised is used to continue development of the center in Sharjah and center in Belarus. So because it is not like just a pyramid where money is used to just to pay to another people. It is used now for development, and then the money will be taken from the profit. And in documents you can read that it will be 20% from annual profit of the company. So if you asked about percentage. You are welcome. Thank you for your feedback, Grivin. And so today's webinar is finished, and I want to tell you thank you for active participation, and together we are creating the future, and better future for us, for future generation, for our planet. Thank you all for participating today, and see you on other webinars. Have a good time and see you.